Yeah. 7:15 on Sunday morning, 10th April, 40 degrees, and I came out to see I left the garage door open last night. Yeah, well. Back is bothering me a little bit. I went to the snowmobile club last evening. And I was the cashier. Rita helped out in the kitchen. Boy, the back is bothering me. We had 56 people come for dinner, including me, Rita, and Janine, and Danny, Kevin, and Cheryl. The kitchen help. Danny wasn't there. So it was good. It was, Cheryl bought 32 pounds of pot roast meat. I don't know how many potatoes they made. He's really cold this morning. He must smell something. Flynn. So we ate last, because I didn't know it was from 4 to 5:30. So about 5:20, I came over here just to show you the snow that's still there in the shade from coming off the roof of the barn. I blew it over there with the snowblower. It'll be there another couple weeks, I think, unless we get 80-degree weather. Flynn, there's nothing there. Come on. So Rita and I sat down and ate at it was 5:20. Then we cleaned up. There was a lot of gravy left over and potatoes, so the meat was all gone. So Cheryl packed up a little Cool Whip container of potatoes. They were good potatoes. They were red potatoes that hadn't been peeled, so they were boiled and smashed, and just the right amount of butter and half and half and seasonings, and gravy. So the gravy came home, a lot of gravy, and we put it on Flynn's food, and he gobbled it up. He gobbled it up. So can't believe it. Oh, funny rabbit. Let's see if I can change hands before Flynn rips my shoulder out of the socket. Sorry about jerking the camera around like that. I had trimmed the apple tree there, so I don't know whether the rabbit is smelling or licking the apple juice out of the branch. Flynn, is that a bunny rabbit? Flynn. Yeah, Flynn will be leaving somebody a present this morning. So as you can see, I used a new electric steel, not electric, battery operated. I keep saying electric. It is electric, but it's battery operated. Use a new battery operated steel chainsaw to trim up some apple trees. This guy had some sort of disease 2 years ago, and didn't get any apples 2 years ago. Last year I got some apples, but they were didn't have as many apples as it normally did. So I'm hoping by trimming it up, pruning it, whatever, that stimulates it to get some apples. And further up here, there were 1, 2, maybe 6, 7, 8 apple trees up by the road. They needed to get pruned. There's one apple tree next to, I think it's an alder. I'll have to cut the alder out. Morning, oh glory. Yeah, there's an apple tree right there. I think 3 or 4 years ago, I think it had so many apples it was breaking the branches. Rooster. So I'll have to collect the branches and try and chip them up separately. Get some apple chips to smoking. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 9 apple trees in that area that I cut back. And then I pulled the chips, the memory chips out of the game cameras. And I've got 2 Stealth brand game cameras, both at the same time. And one of them you put batteries in and batteries die in 2 weeks' time. The other one has been in the camera for months and no problem. So the one that keeps eating batteries, I pulled off the tree, and I had an old battery, solar battery charging tender kind of thing for the car, and wasn't using it, hadn't used it in 6 years or more. So I found a plug to go into the external jack on the Stealth camera, and it worked. So I won't be putting batteries in that one. I'll just use the solar external power. Of course, I won't get any pictures overnight. I looked at rechargeable batteries, but they were, I think, $24 for 16. And I don't know whether having them plugged into a solar supply is going to overload those batteries. And as you can see, it's wet. I already said it was 40 degrees. Oh, another bunny rabbit. I don't know if that's the same one. Flynn, Flynn, Flynn. You're concentrating now, huh? He's talking to the bunny rabbit. Let's go over this way. Flynn, over this way. We'll surprise him from the flank. Come on, over here. Over this way. Come on, we'll sneak up on him. Come on. Flynn. Yeah, he's almost all brown. Belly is white, I think. Flynn, Flynn, bunny rabbit. Yeah, you can see you got a high berm here. So that area is all real wet. So after I pull the chips from the camera and and put them back. I was going to the North Drive, as we call it, and I noticed a truck down there. I thought he was driving, so I went down the clearing there, the North clearing, and nothing came by. So I came back up, went down to see if he broke down. He'd been just sitting down there, so as I approached him, he started his truck up and left. There were two guys in the truck, a little Ford pickup truck with a cap on it. Let's see how he blends into the grass. He changed his coat. His color is almost like yours. Huh? What's he doing? Is he eating? He's having breakfast? Huh? So they took off. I asked him if he broke down, and he said no. Then he drove away. I didn't get his license plate. I should have. I went up to Eli's camp just to see if they were in there. They weren't. So we went to, as I said, we went to the dinner. We came back here, and there was another different pickup in the same exact place down there. Black Ram 1500. I'd seen the truck drive by here before. A license plate is 1290YK. I remember the YK because of the Yukon. And then there was nobody in the truck. We drove down to Antonio's driveway, turned around, came back. As we were coming back, he came out of the woods with something in his hand. But it's still stalking this guy. Itchy nose, sorry. So the guy came out of the woods and promptly started his truck up and drove away. I don't want to walk in there. Flynn. Flynn, over here. Flynn, come on. See how bad it is. Oh, rabbit rolled. So close to rabbit, let's escape before it scampers off. No, that was close enough for Flynn. Right, bud? Rabbit? Bunny rabbit? 75 pounds of muscle. The rabbit's still there. Rabbit says, he can't see me, but he can. Yeah, 75 pounds of muscle. Come on, buddy. Come. Let's take a different route today. I think those are deer tracks. You get a sponginess of the ground. It is more of the trees I pruned. Get the low branches out of the way so when you drop them out with the the mower, you're not getting hit in the face with them. Don't have my battery operated gloves on today. I figure with 40-degree temperature, I wouldn't need them, but the hands are getting a little chilly now. Flynn doesn't need his coat. I pretty much say at 32 degrees he's warm enough. He spends time out in the yard. Whoop. Whoop. Can't tell, is that a pheasant? Or is it a pile of dirt? Pile of dirt. Forget what I was saying. Yeah, Flynn was, when he goes out in the yard, he'll lie down in the shade. It was like just 50 degrees out. He's in the shade because the sun's too hot on him. And yesterday, had him out. He actually came up panting. I think it was almost 60 degrees. He came up panting to come back in the house because it was too hot. So he still got his winter coat. Interesting how these alders turn red. Good pile of mulch going. Gotta cut that way down in the ground. I'll bring my, another bunny rabbit. This one hasn't turned all, and this guy's skittish. He hasn't turned all brown now. Yeah, I moved and he moved. Yeah, Flynn, we're not going in there. Come on, over here. Easy. This is my what I call my pineapple tree. It's a pine tree with an apple tree in it, so later in the year you'll have apples. That's why it's a pineapple tree. Camera slipped a little bit in the hand. Easy, buddy, easy, easy. It's getting really wet. This is where I come down and hunt partridge. I like it down here. The big apple I have to trim. I can't get under it without hitting me in the head. There's an alder I cut back 2 or 3 years ago. Keeps coming back. But yeah, there's usually partridge on the ground underneath the trees over here. Flynn, back to the house. Go. Oh yeah, the water's just coming up on the sides of the shoes. In the summer, a lot of ants that come out. And that round area there is where there was an ant mound. I ran over with the zero-turn mower. Makes a hell of a cloud of dust when you run over it. Come on, buddy. I was going to walk down to where I've had that problematic game camera, but it's too wet over there. I'm right down there with the ATV, so I don't get my feet soaking wet. In this area here, a couple of years ago, I pruned up the low branches on the birch, just to add the birch there, make it more attractive. But I had to come down and get the alders out, just so I have pine trees and birch. There's one big birch that Rita calls Gandalf in there. It's about the same height as the pine tree there. Gonna change it. Losing grip with the left hand. One of the pear trees over here starting to sprout. Flynn. They've been in there. Two of them are in there, I guess, for years. And the other one we added a year later, I think. So there's 3 pear trees there. We got a peach up further up by the well. The house is drilled well, not the dug well. Which one? I think that one. That one there. The moose ate one ear. Broke all the branches off it. Chewed them up. I didn't know that they ate pear trees. Flynn, you're just disappointing me this morning. You're not taking care of business. Yes, too much new territory, you're distracted. The problem with leaving the garage up like that, we've had rabbits go in there and hide underneath the car and then stay in there and die because they have no food or water. Well, I guess we have to make another trip around here. Try to motivate Flynn. A little haze coming in, I think. Kevin, Snowmobile Club, told me last night that the new tracks for the tractor are ready, and somebody's going to drive over into Quebec to pick them up. We'll need a forklift or tractor with forks on it to take the tracks off a truck or a trailer, whatever they're on. So that's going to be a project. Taking the tracks off. They're on it now. And finding a place to store those because they're good spares. And then putting the new tracks on the tractor. So I don't know how much they weigh. We'll find out. Flynn, stay. Flynn, stay. Good boy. I was hoping we would take care of business on different terrain today. But Flynn wants to walk over here. So we got snow in shady areas. April 10th. For those of you who haven't done your taxes, tax day is coming up real quick. My taxes were done back in February. I had still had the battery operated chainsaw with me when I came to pick up and replace the chips. And I trimmed up a birch branches that were sticking out in the clearing here. And boy, the sap coming out of the birch, I couldn't believe how much, even from a small branch, how much sap was coming out. I don't know what you can do with the sap from a birch tree. I don't know if that's how they make sarsaparilla. No. Jean's got some nice tall pine trees in there. Now I'm getting tired of walking. Yeah, this is the area where I cut the branches. I don't know if it's still weeping. You can see the line going down there from where the sap was coming out. Here also. I don't see sap coming out today though. I guess it sealed up. One of the cameras down here. Got 3 snapshots of a moose. The other camera taking video has a video of a deer. Flynn, get away from the moose poop. Come on, in the house. Flynn. Flynn, let's go. Get down a little further. Yep, spongy ground. I don't know what to do over here. I thought it was a big area that could grow some corn or something, but it's pretty small. Just have to rip out all the roots of the red weeds that are in there. And this is the area where we have a lot of deer, a lot of rabbit, and coyotes. A lot of coyotes down here. That's probably where Flynn smells the coyotes. It's too wet down there. You can see the water. Come on, let's go in the house. Go. Lynn. In here, raspberry bushes if I didn't destroy them with a bush hog. I get Flynn on my left side, but he's not cooperating. I think he's looking to make his deposit. Maybe not. No. Yep, look at the squat. Yep. Whoa. He's loose. Might roll that gravy. My house. I should just create a separate channel for when I walk Flynn, calling it pooping with Flynn. That's the purpose of this morning walk. Let him take care of business. Wouldn't get many views though. So I flew the drone yesterday. Short flight, 2 minutes, because the batteries were low. And I had some music I had downloaded from a supposed website that has free to use music that doesn't have any copyright issues. I had used that website to post other videos with music from there. No issues, but yesterday's got a copyright infringement notice. And the copyright was from the owner. Get out of there. He's drinking the water, groundwater. Some weird name. Not really even the name, it was just letters. So I'm thinking maybe the guy who played the tune might have read music from somebody else to record the tune and end up with a copyright violation. YouTube says they're not going to monetize the video. I'm 994 subscribers away from any sort of monetization on YouTube, so I'm not worried about it. Flynn. Sorry. Trying to keep him out of the mud. The road is really, really bad. That's weird because it's the highest point of the hill. It's not like there's a stream or anything running across it. I don't know how long it's going to be before it dries out. boy. We got to have some coffee. Come on, buddy. That's just a rock I kicked out in the road. He sees that rock there about 50 feet ahead. He thinks it's some animal. Now he's got to go on the other side of me. Oh, another bunny rabbit. See him, Flynn? Yep, he does. Is that the same guy? I think it is. Mostly brown. Oh, two of them. Two of them, Flynn. Flynn. Flynn, to the left. Flynn, over there. Just tripped over that rock. Oh, three of them. There's three of them. It's going to be mating season soon. They'll be running around, hopping all over the place. Flynn, here comes one. Flynn, over there. Yeah, you see him. You see him? What's he doing? He's coming over. Is he coming over to say hi? I don't know what kind of nourishment they get out of dead leaves on the ground. Soon there'll be new growth on the pines, and you'll see them standing up on the hind legs, eating the new growth on the pine trees that's within their reach. Well, look at this guy. Where is he going?